It's a state law in Tennessee to get your baby punched. One time, and I'm telling you, I read it in an Encyclopedia Britannica. In the state of Tennessee,
you already. I know you didn't read.
A pregnant woman must be punched at least once.
That's not true.
With force, while she's carrying child in the belly. She got to be punched in the belly because there's something about the. It's something about the poles and the equator, and people. Listen.
Helps you learn better. Makes you more susceptible to the teachings of Tennessee.
Tennessee Williams and Tennessee
Parton. Dollywood.
I can't wait for you to take me to Dollywood. It smells like Dolly Parton there, and that one's. So if I was Dolly Parton, Bobby, would you eat me then?
Probably not.
You wouldn't eat Dolly Parton. I would definitely take at least 3 bites of Dolly Parton just to say so. And Reba McEntire's too. And maybe Whoopi Goldberg. I think Whoopi Goldberg, I would want to take 3 bites, but I'd take 1 bite and be disgusted. Because...
and this isn't like a race thing, but I kind of agree that...
It's not a race thing at all. It's more of a New York thing.
Like, looking at it like...
It's more the fact that she lives on a garbage island called New York City, and they drink water that's been filtered through rat prostates. And it's disgusting, but they tell each other that it's the best place in the world because they can walk different places and buy more food from different...
I would not drink the water from the faucet there.
I wouldn't either. But
it's disgusting. Don't drink warm water.
You've heard of Farrah faucet? It's Pora faucet.
Warm water from the tap is disgusting.
Listen, you
ever seen the inside of a hot water heater?
There's something to be said about 9/11's happened in New York City because it could have happened anywhere. But it happened there 3 years after deep impacts where the waves knocked down the towers. And there's something to be said about a place that
happened in that movie?
That happened in that movie. Mimi Rogers was the director. She was a director from...
Wait, Mimi Rogers?
Mimi Rogers.
Mimi Rogers?
Mimi Rogers from ER and Steven Spielberg's Legacies.
And Austin Powers?
No, you're thinking of what's her name?
Mimi Rogers.
Sybil Shepherd.
No.
Sybil Shepherd wasn't in Austin Powers?
Are you thinking of the right person?
Mimi Rogers was a film director in the 90s who never got work later
on. Mimi? Who's the old lady that's Mimi? She's like she's like Andie MacDowell, but straight hair.
You're talking about in Austin Powers? Which Austin Powers, Bobby? The first Austin Powers?
2.
Ivana Hump-a-Lot?
The one that was the older lady. Older dark hair. Not too old.
Let me think.
Mimi Rogers.
It wasn't Mimi Rogers. You're thinking of Minnie Drivers.
Oh, no. That's Good Will Hunting.
Driving Miss Minnie Drivers?
No, Minnie
Drivers, Miss Daisy?
No. Maybe she wasn't British. Who was she?
Bobby, don't ever yell at me that way.
I'm yelling at myself. Hold on.
Figure it out, God.
Mimi.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're wrong. That's Mimi Rogers.
Okay, now look up other Mimi Rogers. Type in.
Are you saying Minnie now?
No, Mimi Rogers, director, Deep Impact. Type that shit in now, and type it in.
I'm not.
You got all these computer screens. You got all these tabs open. How much of it is hentai? I don't know.
Why isn't Google auto-completing?
Not enough. You need more Japanese.
Why isn't Google auto-completing for me?
Because Google doesn't want you to know the truth. Don't you understand? They changed.
Mimi Letta.
Oh.
Get fucked.
Mimi Letta.
Get fucked.
Listen, Bobby, we all make mistakes. You still love me, why?
I gotta get my niece in here so she can do this fucking Jamie shit, Joe Rogan stuff, and pull that shit up so I can look up whether or not you're wrong quicker.
Oh, you know what else happened this weekend, Bobby? I saw an old lady fall down, and I was gonna go help pick her up. But she saw that I had really brown fingernails. And she said, please, 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 no. And she just kept scooting back. But you could tell that she was a little, fractured. She had something going on.
You probably shouldn't move her then either.
Well, she needs to start moving back. She takes a move. She's going to scoot back. I'm going to take a step forward.
Okay, well, she's screaming at you. No, please.
She's screaming because she's in pain, Bobby. No one understood that. She wasn't yelling at me for getting closer to her and trying to hold her.
You said she saw your brown fingernails and started yelling, please, no, no.
Okay, but just because there's a shortage of double-ply toilet paper, I won't use single-ply, and the fact that it was pancake week, so I had lots of maple syrup, and I like this. I like to lick the little containers.
Did you wash your hands?
I wash my hands all the time.
You have toilet paper now, is what you're saying?
Well,
You don't have soap. That's what it is, right?
It's all about the time of the day. Sometimes I don't wash my hands until later when I'm around water, when I can when I've got enough salivas. Bobby, I feel like I am being persecuted.
Did they let you guys use the pool?
We're all allowed to use the pool as long as, I have to go in the after hours.
Well,
they have to
dip in, you know?
Well, I always scream when I touch the cold water. I scream real loud. I can't control it. I can't.
Oh, hey, Teddy.
Oh my God, Bobby. It happened again, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's happening a lot now. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on.
Well, the good news is this weekend I got a little bit better at editing, so I think I can cut that.
Please cut it. Please cut it. I don't want people to know that I've been pulling out Sanskrit scrolls out of my throat. They talk about it in the dome, Bobby. I'm sorry, Bobby.
Nobody's seen that.
Oh my gosh, I need a moment. You got a Thin Mint or some kind of like mint chocolate?
I got Andes in the freezer.
Andes. Okay, I want an Andes, and then we can start. We're going to do the episode.
Yeah, episode
we haven't
5.
even started yet.
No, we haven't.
Episode 5.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look at us. Episode 5. And guess what? Guess what, Teddy?
What?
We're on the theory episodes now.
Theory episodes.
Theory episodes.
We've moved on to the next pot.
We're gonna look at all the theories now. We're gonna do the Intruder Theory. This one.
Oh my God! We're gonna look at the potential suspect.
Yeah, the Home Alone of it all.
Oh my gosh! What were the names of Mario and Luigi's?
Marv and
at a certain point,
Harry and Marv.
Harry and Marv, the Wet Bandits. At a certain point, all Italians start to blend together. It's because they eat so much fish on Christmas Eve. No, Bobby, I've looked at it.
I don't think Daniel Stern's Italian.
One time, I panhandled through Connecticut up through.
I thought you didn't leave the state.
Well, that's the thing is that it depends on which part of me you're talking to.
Oh no.
And we can talk about that. Let's talk about that instead of this episode. We can do this episode another time.
No. Okay, let's talk about that another time.
Let's talk about another time. And now we're talking about the theories. We're talking about the intruder theories. Which is there just one intruder or are there two?
We're gonna look at that in this episode, Oh
my God!
The Intruder Theory is a big part. This is, again, like I said, there's this whole subreddit dedicated to this one. They're kind of against the other subreddit, which is that the Ramseys did it.
And that's the thing, Bobby. There's so many people who screwed their courages to their sticking posts.
Right.
They took a leap of faith in expressing their own personal identities over years of time.
Yeah, but that subreddit also has like 50,000 less members than the Ramsey did it subreddit. But yeah, if you want to stick,
but there's still a lot of people, Bobby. There's people
post or whatever it is you said. Yeah,
there's a lot of people who believe in intruders did it, and then there's other people who maybe think that someone in the family did it.
And then there's us who are remaining unbiased.
We're unbiased.
We're going to look at all the theories.
I am so good at looking at things from different angles. I know that there are different shapes that make bigger shapes, and sometimes those shapes have fronts and backs.
Right. So far, that shape knowledge has become pretty. It was useful.
If you hold a pencil, it's not flat.
Right.
It's got angles. But this is the thing. People don't want to admit that a theory might be wrong because it feels like their entire sense of selves is wrong. But we're not doing that. We're just organizing the facts and shining a light because, frankly, the light of the truth needs to come out. Don't you think, Bobby?
Absolutely.
It's about time for the truth to come out.
That's our goal.
And we're gonna get to the truth. And we're in episode 5, and it's gonna be amazing. And we're gonna talk about the intruder theories.
All right, well, let's get started. All right, well, I'm Bobby Pavlovsky.
Oh, and I'm Teddy Ronald Reagan, the Smirkia.
And this is
JonBenét Today.
DA Alex Hunter brought Lou Smitt out of retirement to help solve the Ramsey case.
It seemed as though the parents were probably involved in it. I thought this would be a fairly easy case. I thought it would be a slam dunk.
Lou came up with the intruder theory. You can't think about that theory without associating it with Lou Smitt.
Lou Smitt.
Lou Smitt.
Almost like Smith without the H, which changes it because it's then Smitt.
Yeah, Lou Smitt, famed detective, hired by the DA's office.
He solved so many murder mysteries in his lifetime. He was an old man by the time.
90% solved.
He was retired.
Yeah. And so, he was hired onto the case, and he's like, you just heard it there. He's the one that coined the intruder theory.
The Intruder Theory.
The Intruder Theory, which is what this episode's going to be about.
Lou Smitt's Intruder Theory.
Yeah, he spent his life working on the case.
It's his magnum opuses.
Lou Smitt was hired by the DA's office originally 3 months after JonBenét's murder.
The DA in the state of Colorado.
In the state of Colorado in 1997. So
interesting.
He was hired. And
when in 1997? I'm so sorry, Bobby. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm so sorry. When in 1997 was he hired?
Lou Smitt was hired in March of 1997. At that point in time, really the only intruder theories that existed was what John and Patsy had supposed, where maybe the housekeeper did it, maybe a former coworker of John.
The
did
housekeeper?
It. Yeah, and we're going to talk about the housekeeper later. Because she's got a lot of stories to tell.
I mean, she kept the house. She knew all 4 floors of the house, like the back of her tiny little woman hand.
But she was dismissed as a suspect, as was 2 coworkers of John's. But once Lou Smitt came on the case, Lou Smitt, he analyzed the crime scene.
He's an expert.
He made an 8-hour presentation for the DA's office.
This guy is like Gandhi Jesus when it comes to solving murders in America. Lou Smitt was hired in March of 1997 by the DA's office, investigating the crimes, interrogating peoples, and the border police, they were there, and they're doing their investigations too, and I remember that. They were at odds with the DA's office.
Exactly.
The DA almost seemed like they didn't believe in the idea that the Ramseys could have done this.
The DA refused to, and again, the Ramseys had friends where their lawyer was friends with the assistant DA, so.
They smelled the farts of the DA all the time.
They were never the DA wasn't, no matter what, again, we've talked about
Where do you think
this.
Human Centipede came from? It came from Denver, Colorado, underground, underneath the airport. I don't want to get into this, Bobby.
This is the same DA that went against the grand jury's decision, so.
Not DA Hughley, in that time when I learned this.
And, he was also, if you really look at it, what Lou Smitt was best at was being able to come to a crime scene. And they'd say it's like, he'd look at the position of the sun and really analyze the crime scene.
Like Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, but in this instance, Lou Smitt's brought on 3 months after the investigation. He's looking at crime scene photos, making his own analysis of that video and the pictures that he's got.
Retracing steps on St. Patrick's Day. It's not the same thing as the same day.
Which, again, the man spent the rest of his life, sadly, working on this case before he ultimately ended up passing away.
He spent decades.
Yeah, and it ended up being just a thing where, he was, no matter what, working at least once a week on this case.
All his life?
Yeah.
Lou Smitt. Till he died.
Yeah, 90% solve rate, but, couldn't do this one.
He couldn't solve this case.
Well, it's good. I think if you get a little narrow-minded from the beginning, then...
Well, he saw something that no one else could see, and so maybe he understands it better than anyone else can.
Well, again, he left all of his files and stuff, so his daughter still carries on his legacy with a small group of other what looks like retirees, and they still investigate the case too. But good for them.
Oh, that's so sweet and so endearing to continue the tradition of their father not solving a case.
Right, and then also it turns out that Lou Smitt's granddaughters also started a podcast about this case.
His granddaughters.
Hey guys, welcome to our first ever podcast episode. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Jessa.
And I'm Lexi.
And we're sisters. Our grandfather was a detective on one of the biggest unsolved murders in our generation, the JonBenét Ramsey murder. And with this podcast, we want to talk about the JonBenét Ramsey case from our grandfather, Lou Smitt's perspective.
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Bobby?
Well, it's a noble pursuit. It's also what we're doing.
I think it's going to take him a long time. I think we're going to do it faster.
Yeah. Well, actually, the thing with that is that they only did 3 episodes and then they stopped. So
they stopped. They solved the case in 3 episodes. Bobby, we're on the 5th episode, and we haven't even begun to solve this case. We're just getting to the theories right now, and you're trying to tell me that that Lou Smitt's granddaughters already solved it in 3 episodes? I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. I want to kill myself.
No, they just stopped doing the podcast.
Oh.
It was, honestly, again, that clip we heard was from a 2020 documentary.
2020 from ABC's.
Yeah, and they were filming Lou Smitt's granddaughters, and to me, it honestly just kind of came off like, this is just like a producer's note. Like, we need it to be more interesting. Let's have these girls be doing a podcast. And so they produced 3 episodes for these girls. They did 3 episodes and stopped. So
they only did 3 episodes of the podcast that was trying to solve the murder of JonBenét.
And they literally they were done. They stopped doing episodes 4 months before that special aired. So
it's really interesting when detectives don't solve things. it almost makes me wonder if they're there to not solve it.
Anyway, that podcast is bullshit. Those girls didn't do anything, and they're not carrying on his legacy at all.
They're really good at reading words on paper.
They really
Which,
are.
honestly, I mean, is something that I really admire.
No.
It's something I worked really hard for. Remember that old lady, Eunice?
Is this the old lady from the sidewalk?
No, different old lady. Not the lady that I towered over. Some may say looked. This was a lady who I witnessed her mental degradation.
Same.
We used to watch Bird TV.
I think I know what that's like.
Together, so we would watch Bird TV at 7:15 every weeknight on that one channel that was always staticky and then would tell me to set fire to things. And we would watch Bird TV. And we saw all kinds of lovely birds, and then we would talk about the birds. And I learned so much about birds. And I don't know why, but I didn't tell no one's that she was dead. I didn't tell nobody's I just kept kind of putting newspaper on her and
Jesus
just
Christ, what?
sitting on the couches with her and watching Bird TV every weeknight.
Insane.
It wasn't on Saturdays and Sundays. And I mean, Bobby,
Teddy, with all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about? How is this related to what we were just talking about?
I don't know.
We're talking about the
I'm
granddaughters?
just talking about Eunice. I mean, everything's got a reason, Bobby.
All right. Well, my editing skills will be put to the test.
Crucifies me.
We're going to keep going. Can we keep going? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right.
I mean,
all right. We're going to look at our first
R.I.P.
suspect.
Eunice. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
We're going to look at our first suspect.
And I even remember talking to my daughter. I kind of joked with her, saying that, if somebody did get in the house, it must have been Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
That's right, folks. Santa Claus is the first on our suspect list.
That's fucking right. Santa Claus himself.
Eddie's excited about this.
I mean, I've been waiting for this all day.
Wow.
Ever since you texted me and I asked Gretchen to read what you had written, I couldn't wait.
Okay.
I ran.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. And it's, not the real Santa Claus, obviously, children.
Obviously not. Tim Allen's the real Santa Claus. We all know that.
Yeah.
But this is a man by the name of
Bill McReynolds.
Bill McReynolds.
Yes, sir. And he was the Ramsey family Santa Claus.
I was the Santa Claus for 3 years at their party, and I always liked the Ramsey party. So I called Patsy in particular and said it's time for our party.
Yikes.
This man knows how to party. Santa Claus brings the parties. Santa Claus brings presents, parties, and phone calls. And they all start with the letter P.
Yeah, you definitely need to see a picture of this guy. We'll have that up on the Patreon.
Patsy starts with P too. Yeah, he kind of looks like someone that made a really bad cake.
Right.
His face is weird.
Right.
It kind of looks like that, what is that guy down with the squid and the sponge? And there's the
SpongeBob.
Barnacle Boy.
SpongeBob.
He looks like Barnacle Boy wearing almost like woman's hair. It doesn't look like a wig.
I don't know what the fuck.
It looks like loose old woman's hair, like she's got some kind of postmenopausal alopecia startings. And it looks like he put it on his face, which, did he kill that woman? Is he capable of murder? That's what we're gonna find out. So sorry to interrupt, Bobby. You go right ahead.
I mean, if he's anything like the mall Santa that I used to know, yeah, he could.
Every Santa's gonna cop a field. That's just a fact of life.
I knew a Santa that was just weird as shit. But.
You're gonna get a Blair, you're gonna get a Tootsie.
And his daughter was even weirder.
Really?
Yeah, she would hiccup out of nowhere as like a Tourette's thing.
Wait, you knew these peoples?
Yeah, but it wasn't even like a hiccup. She'd go, hiccup!
Oh my God, she would say the words hiccup out loud.
Yeah, and then it's like, she's just like, don't worry, you'll get used to it.
What is she, a chicken from Chicken Run's Toad, Dawn of the Nugget?
It was a fucked up family, so I believe it.
That's fucking weird. Did they smell? What do they smell like, Bobby? I want to know.
What?
Do they smell like cedar and cheese?
I don't try to smell people.
Some people smell damp.
They were coworkers. You can't smell them. Anywho, that intro you heard there before the Santa Claus was Lou Smitt, and that was him.
Lou Smitt himself.
That was him making a joke about Santa Claus coming down a chimney, and lo and behold, a couple years later, Lou Smitt would actually be looking into the Ramsey Santa Claus.
That's how ridiculously complex this case is.
The latest comes from the mountain town of Rollinsville, west of Boulder, a place where residents Bill and Janet McReynolds are known as Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Merry Christmas.
They had been at the Ramsey home 2 nights before the murder of 6-year-old JonBenét, entertaining at a Christmas party. Police recently realized some strange parallels. One of the McReynolds daughters and a friend of hers were abducted in Longmont in 1974. The McReynolds girl witnessed her friend's molestation, but nobody was ever arrested. It happened on December 26th. 22 years to the day before JonBenét's body was discovered in the basement of the Ramsey family home. And Janet McReynolds wrote a play in 1976 called Peru. It was about the sexual assault, torture, and murder of a girl. The child's body was found in a basement.
So yeah, a lot of weird connections, you know. They got
weirdest.
The date that his daughter...
December 26th.
Same date, 22 years earlier. But that was his daughter got abducted. It wasn't him, but...
Did they find her?
Yeah, they found the daughter.
They found his daughter.
Yeah, but there's, you know, they seem to think that there was some weird, you know, connections, but it's...
I don't know why. I think it may be my psychic connection to the spirit world, but I feel like he took his daughter out into the woods and had his way with her, with some of his hillbilly friends.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, don't bring that kind of supposition to
It's just what
kids,
comes to
please.
my mind. Is he still alive? I'm so sorry.
No, he's dead now, but here's him denying any
Maybe
sort
he
of,
deserved it.
anything.
There's no way in the world that I could be involved in the death of this little girl. I adored her.
It's
Yikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild to be in a positions where you have to say out loud, there's no way I could be responsible for the death of this little girl.
Yeah.
I adored her, because that means you're a little bit too close to ground zeros. Obviously before 9/11. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to disrespect 9/11. Let's just take a second. Let's honor 9/11. We don't take time anymore. We don't do any silences. All right. There we go.
That's enough. Yeah.
That was a good silence.
Okay. No, so Santa Claus Bill McReynolds and his wife were eventually cleared. There was no proof that they had anything to... Yeah.
No proof.
Yeah, Teddy. What? What do you doing?
I have something shocking
Oh, why
to
not?
announce to not just the world,
What, Jesus?
but to my best friend who is of comparable height to me, and that is you, Bobbies.
It's interesting to think.
I did research on the tablet, the Minecraft browsers, and I found a clip of JonBenét talking to her father,
What? No.
John Ramsey's,
That's
on Christmas night. And Bobby, I have it here on this cassette. It just needs wound up a little. It's a little broken. It was a UB40 cassette that was the last heirloom my stepdad ever gave me.
Okay.
And so I want you to take good care of that, but also play that clip.
All right.
Play the
let me
clip.
plug this in. All right, I'm plugging it. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. Jesus Christ.
I'm just asking. I didn't mean to be a burden.
You're fine. You gotta, if you have audio, if he said,
Bobby, just roll the
said
tape
he's
up
got
and
audio.
connect it to the
I
thing
got
with
it. I got it. Okay, hold on.
Can we play the clip or not?
Yes. Okay. Here we
It's
go.
important.
All right.
It's
everybody,
gonna
exclusive audio that Teddy's got here.
A TRRD exclusives for you today.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Santa's coming back to see me.
No, honey, Santa's already been here. He only comes once a year.
No, it will be a special visit. That's what Santa said.
Oh, okay.
Teddy, I'm sorry.
Checkmate. We have
Teddy.
solved the case.
There was a score there. Did you not see those angles and stuff? That was
Ho, ho, ho.
that was from the Fox movie Getting Away with Murder. That was a TV movie. That was
A
terrible.
TV movie for Fox TV. What?
No, it's a television show, or it's a TV movie, Teddy. It's not real. It's not a documentary. That's not a footage. I'm very impressed that you somehow found a way to convert that to a cassette.
Those aren't real people.
Those are real people. Those are not John Ramsey and JonBenét. That was a very good John, though. Not a good JonBenét.
You mean them to tell me that? Oh, okay. So wait, but what they said though was that Santa was coming back.
That was some TV writers taking some liberties.
Oh.
I again impressed that you got that on a Teddy.
I'm a stupid
Teddy.
fucking idiot.
Teddy.
I smell like disease and grease, and I don't even think I deserve my own eyes.
Teddy.
I'm so
Teddy.
fucking dumb. I
Teddy.
understand why that bird kicked me when I was a baby.
Teddy, hey, you know what though? That's still a good thing you brought us, okay? Because it was brought up.
It was at least entertaining,
Look,
right?
it was, and that's what the TV
You
writers
enjoyed
thought.
it?
I did, and it was well shot, and the music.
Fox made a movie about JonBenét.
And you know what? That line was based off of something that a friend of JonBenét's mother was supposedly told by JonBenét. That Santa
friend.
said he was coming back for a special second visit.
An adult that was friends with Patsy Ramsey recounted that JonBenét said something to the effect that Santa told her he was coming back for a special visit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
And I have a quick question. How could she tell her father that if she was asleep.
She didn't tell her father. Again, I just told you.
That was the movie.
She told a friend of Patsy's mother, yeah.
The TV movie made it so she told her dad, but she was
works
asleep.
better for, it's Hollywood, baby.
He never saw her open her eyes after the car ride.
Right. Well,
that's so tragic. Well, it just shows that there's still something that benefits from when I share something. You know, I really pull my weight. You know, for existing.
Oh, and then also that they found a ripped up note in JonBenét's trash can that seemed to be a holiday card from Bill McReynolds, Santa Claus.
From Bill McReynolds himself, written by hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of letters and cards in this murder mystery.
But again, Bill McReynolds was cleared, and that dude's dead now, so.
You can have your holiday card ripped to shreds in a little girl's bedroom the night that she dies, and you're not necessarily the killer. Even if a Fox TV movie says that you were going to come to her bedroom that night, and so did Patsy Ramsey's friend. You know, that makes complete sense to me.
So, Bill McReynolds, cleared. All right, so moving on.
Think my talents. I'm sorry.
Here we are. Suspect number 2. Gary Oliva.
Gary Olivier.
Oliva. It's spelled weird. I don't understand it. Whatever. Anywho.
Did you just see the dog hit the table?
Did he? You dumb fuck. I love you. I love you so much.
I told you there's something wrong with that dog.
My favorite.
I told you there's something up with that dog.
One that's still in the room inside hang.
You know, I have seen the pattern of that dog sniffing me when I leave the bathroom. Like he looks
like he knows you're not clean.
I think he likes the smell of my fingers and my butt. Someone. There's a lot of people and a lot of creatures in the planet.
Yeah, not that old lady on the sidewalk though. She don't like your shit fingers.
Well,
but yeah, dog sure will. So that makes you feel better about not
her loss.
Whatever makes you feel better about not washing.
Who's got the broken hip? Not me. That stupid bitch does. And
I don't have something to do with this lady falling over.
Listen, she accused me of trying to take something from her.
Okay, you left this part of the story out, Teddy.
Well, I didn't think it was very important.
It kind of is. Were you a part of her falling over, Teddy? Yes or no?
She may have stepped on my foot, and my foot was recently placed where it was placed. And I may have known that she would suffer from that kind of fall on the sidewalks. And when I heard that undeniable crack, I felt a joy that I can't.
Well, we can't say this.
I felt like a lamb jumping into the sun. But like a sun with a smiley face, like you draw when you're a kid.
Well, so this is like a little glimpse for you folks of like what it's like to be inside of a killer's mind, possibly. Like what leads them there? Where it's like, oh shit, the first time I pushed an old lady over, I felt a little bit of joy.
That's what I was thinking, not what a killer was thinking. That's what I was thinking, Bommy.
I understand, but you'll figure it out later. The next suspect on the list here is Mr. Gary Oliva.
Second suspect, yes.
This guy is more of a suspect in the way that he just admitted to doing it.
He said he did it.
Yeah, he just said he did.
Gary Olivier? Like a Laurence Olivier?
No.
How's his last name spelled, Bommy?
No.
Is it
Oliva?
Oh.
Yeah.
And he said he did it.
He said he did it, and then, they questioned him. They found out he really wasn't anything to do with it. He was kind of obsessed with JonBenét. Later on, he ended up getting busted for child porn, running for like a child porn ring.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He was like a stalker, maybe.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, he said he killed her.
Right.
And he said he was obsessed with her, and he also liked looking at child porn.
Right.
Back in the 90s, that shit was on Betamax. You had to go into like a VFW basement in order to get
the dark web. This was 1996, so it's like that kind of stuff started. But and eventually, again, he didn't. It didn't match up. They couldn't link him to the scene at all.
Did he go to JonBenét pageants or something?
No, they couldn't link him to the scene of the crime. There was no, they used the DNA or whatever. But again, they also say it's not a DNA case. But
he didn't have no semen, no blood, no hair.
And then also,
no fingerprints.
Also, John's son, John Andrew Ramsey, the oldest son.
Brent.
No. This is Burke's older brother, but his half brother, because this is from John's previous marriage. With his wife, John had a previous. He had a previous marriage because
he had a previous marriage. Yeah, he had a daughter.
Yeah, so John has 2 other kids.
What's his name?
His name is John Andrew Ramsey.
John Andrew Ramsey.
He's also spoken on Gary Oliva, and he's basically said that they're looking for a sadistic pedophile, a creature so craven they gain pleasure by torturing and quite often killing young children. These guys sit at the very top of a large pile of shitbirds. Based on Gary's past actions, it does not seem he rises to that level. So it sounds like JonBenét's half-brother, John Andrew, cleared him. So
I kind of like the guy because when he says shitbirds, I thought of Bird TV. There was one segment that would air periodically that was about birds poop.
Yeah, this is okay. Back to the show.
And we used to laugh. And I would still laugh, even when she was covered with newspaper. Yeah. Anyway, John Andrew. Wait, how old was John Andrew Ramsey when his half sister was murdered?
He was 22 years old.
He was 22.
Yeah, he was actually in college. He actually went to college in Boulder, and he actually had a room. He had a room in the house. Yeah, it was.
He had a bedroom.
It was on the same floor as JonBenét's.
John Andrew had a bedroom that he would sometimes sleep in.
Yeah.
Did he live in a dorm, or did he live at the house?
Yeah, he lived in a dorm.
Yeah, sometimes he would visit his families, and he had a bedroom there because he was 22.
We got some weird shit about John Andrew that we'll get into.
I didn't know she had an older brother who was 22 when she was 6 years old and she died, and the other brother was 9.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a brother who was about, what is that, like 30 years older? No, 13.
And he's actually been inactive on the Intruder subreddit.
He prescribes to the Intruder theories.
Absolutely. All the Ramseys do.
They all do.
Stick to the script. But yeah, so Gary Oliva cleared as a suspect. Special shout out to our producer of this episode.
Yes.
Jenny Knapp is our killing it in all aspects producer.
She's amazing. You don't want to take a nap on Jenny Knapp. She is a superstar.
Thank you, Jenny. If you want to be a producer of the show and get a shout out in the episode, make sure you go to our patreon.com/JonBenét today.
Jenny, I am so moved by the gesture of you supporting our cause, because at the end of the day, what Bobby's and I is trying to do, we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And at the bottom is the light. That's the truth. You know what I mean?
And we can't do this without you.
You're helping us
so much. Thank you so much.
You just bought us a show.
Okay, back to the show. And so now we're moving on to suspect number 3.
My God.
And this one, Teddy, even though I don't care too much for this Intruder did it nonsense, because it just, for me, the whole thing doesn't make sense with the note and stuff. Out of all of them, this one I like for it. But this one is number 3.
Oh, really?
Mr. Michael Helgoth.
What an interesting name.
Yeah, and so he was one of Lou Smitt's suspects. And Lou Smitt was doing some searching, found a list of people that could have been possibly in the area.
This guy was an expert. He used his Scooby-Doo detective skills to use the clues that he could only see, almost like a mediums or a crossing Jordans.
Sure.
And this guy was on his list. Louis Hefgarth.
Nope.
What was his name?
Michael Helgoth. And
Michael Helgoth.
Here's Michael Helgoth's friend, John Kenady, describing Lou Smitt getting in contact.
The president.
Lou Smitt calls me cold, and I said to him, I've been praying for somebody to call and want to listen. Mike said he wanted to kill himself to get it over with, and that's one thing. And then he said that him and a partner were going to make $50,000 or $60,000 at Christmas. He wanted to crack a human skull.
Oh, like a nutcracker. It was the holiday season, Christmas time, people want to crack things.
Sure.
Sometimes it's a skull.
Sure. So that was his friend describing it. That's
bizarre.
Yeah. And then, there was this famous press conference where the DA came out, and this was in 1997 again.
That was the same year Titanic came out.
Was that the same year that Titanic?
Yeah, but this doesn't have Kate Winslet. That had Kate Winslet.
And on February 13th of 1997,
right before Valentine's Day,
the DA came out and gave this famous warning out there.
The list of suspects narrows. Soon there will be no one on the list but you.
And then on February 14th of 1997, Michael Helgoth killed himself after that warning from the DA. So
Mitchell says he has to kill himself?
Michael Helgoth.
You know what I'm saying.
He killed himself.
As long as one of us says it right.
Right. So that one that's pretty suspicious.
He killed himself on Valentine's Day. Right after the day after that press conference by a very intimidating Where's Waldo. The DA had round glasses. He kind of looked like Harry Potter if he grew up in a militant Christian summer camp environment in Missouri near the Ozarks. And that man said that there was, they were going to find the killer. Like, what did he say again? I don't.
I love that you want to summarize it for what we just listened to again. Yeah, that guy said that the list narrows, and so the next day the guy killed himself.
Taking himself off the list.
Yeah.
When you kill yourself, you're no longer a suspect anymore.
You are technically a suspect.
So they didn't investigate him anymore because he was dead?
No, they did investigate him as well. Michael Helgoth was investigated. He was cleared by the small DNA evidence they had, as well as he had no connection to the Ramsey family.
His semen wasn't in the room. His blood wasn't in the room. Michael Helgoth was not the killer.
Which brings us to our final and best and most interesting subject on this list, Mr. John Mark Karr.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Donny Osmond.
I love JonBenét. Died accidentally.
Are you a nun?
No.
Huh.
Yeah. This is this guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
That back in 2006 he was extradited.
He's kind of strange. He's
extradited from Thailand, and he admitted to supposedly doing the murder.
This guy lived in Thailand.
Yeah, but then they questioned him, and he was eventually released. So let's
John Mark Karr.
And then here's him. He started doing some media rounds, and here's him getting questioned.
Ever see the Ramsey home?
In Boulder, of course.
How do you happen to see it?
I've just seen it on several occasions.
Physically, not just on TV or picture.
Yes,
you've been to the home?
Of course, yes.
Have you ever been in the home? No answer?
I don't think that I can answer that, no.
Whether you've been in the home?
Yes.
Why can't you answer whether you've been in the home? Just no answer.
Right.
You know, something that's interesting that I just saw when I watched that clip, Bobby's.
Yeah, what's that?
John Mark Karr, he's kind of a strange fellow.
He's a weird-looking dude.
He's a little bit of a fishy sort of suspect. I mean, he tells people he loved JonBenét and he killed her. He's going to be a weird guy.
Well, no. He says he was present. But he's kind of shaky on his answers. Here's her going a little bit more by asking well, were you at least at Boulder at the time of her death?
How about the time that she died?
Well, I think I've responded to that in the past on the record, so I don't think I really feel like responding to it again.
It's sort of curious. On the record's the name of the show, so it's. I don't know if you've never told me. I mean, we've talked once before, and I haven't gone back through all your interviews, so I don't know if you've said it on the record. Maybe you can help us out again. At least tell us whether you're in Boulder at the time she died.
I did respond to that. It was something I responded to on camera in Bangkok.
Oh, what did you tell them?
Something that I can't repeat anymore. I wish I could, but I can't.
Did what you said in Bangkok, was that correct? So we'll resurrect it. Was that correct, what you said in Bangkok about whether you were in Boulder at the time JonBenét died?
It was correct.
All right, Daddy.
He said it in Bangkok.
Yeah. So is your interest peaked now?
I mean...
here's a look now. Here's what...
It's more than peaked,
Here's
Bobby.
what he said in Bangkok.
It's dripping.
I've contacted the Ramsey family, especially before Patricia passed away, and I conveyed to her many things, among them that I am so very sorry for what happened to JonBenét, and it's very important for me that everyone knows that I love her very much, and that her death was unintentional and it was an accident, and I made several efforts to communicate with Patricia before she passed away, and it's my understanding that she did read my letters, and she was aware of me before she passed away.
What happened in the basement?
It would take several hours to describe that.
If you could be brief.
There's no way that I could be brief about. There's no way I can be brief about it. It's a very involved series of events that require a lot of time, and I can't. I wouldn't want to say something briefly about it because it would not. First of all, it's very painful for me to talk about. The only thing that I can say is it's not what it seems to be. It's,
in what way?
In every way. It's not at all what it seems to be.
Was there anyone else with you in the basement?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Weird.
JonBenét Karr, fishy guy. He really didn't go into detail.
No, and he still hasn't. He never has. And it's weird. It's just a thing where, again, right there, he just said no one was with you in the basement. JonBenét Karr is now a free man with a weird-ass website that talks about how the police blundered it, and now he's a free man, but doesn't say he killed her.
He's got a website? JonBenét Karr's got a website?
I'm not even going to promote it. But
How does he got a website and I don't got a website? Wait, Bobby. I got a couple things I want to say real quick, Bobby. I noticed in that interview, when she asked him a question, I noticed that he would blink naturally and multiple times, sometimes up to 7 times, when he was at the end of something he was saying or when he was listening to a question. But then when he would answer the question, he would not blink until he reached an independent clause of maybe a complex conjunctive sentence, okay?
Jesus Christ, Daddy.
He's a regular JonBenét.
What do you mean?
You remember JonBenét, Home Improvements. Remember when he started trying to encroach and
to take over the show.
His daughter Mo. You remember Mo? Yeah. And it's
so wait, how does he like JonBenét?
Well, he's kind of got a really compelling presence. You know, it's kind of one of these things where if these guys was in a gladiator Roman Colosseums,
who?
These potential serial killers of this little girls.
Got you.
And they were all fighting with, their will to kill. JonBenét Karr sounds like he goes the extra mile.
So for you, out of the suspects, that JonBenét Karr, he's the top gladiator.
Yeah, he is definitely the LeBron Jordans of the tennis match that is outwitting other killers to kill a girl the most.
Absolutely. Snap it to the Space Jam.
He's weird.
He's very weird.
And he says he did it.
He said he did it, but again, he ended up getting cleared, and they said that, he wasn't in Boulder. They couldn't even place him in Boulder at the time that she died, and that the DNA didn't match.
He was in Thailand for years. There was 10 years later. His DNA may have changed. Do you think that there's someone else who maybe have more of a rightful claim to side?
No, I find it weird again that you don't keep bringing up JonBenét Karr. I find it weird that they keep bringing up the fact that the DNA didn't match for a lot of the suspects, and they're saying also at the same time that this isn't really a DNA case, which it really isn't because it's a trace amount of DNA. They would also say we couldn't tie him to the family too. But JonBenét Karr, to me, he just seems like somebody who's very obsessed with the spotlight, and he's a weirdo. It's last year he was trying to say that Madeleine McCann is still alive.
I bet I got at least 8 DNA underneath my fingernails, in the bed of the nail.
Your shit fingernails. I bet you got a lot of DNA in there.
There's something moving.
Can you wash your fucking hands, please?
I'm not squishing. Sorry, Bobby. So
JonBenét Karr.
JonBenét Karr.
Cleared. Even though he says he did it, but still cleared. And also, it was a weird point in time where John Ramsey actually said he felt sorry for JonBenét Karr.
John Ramsey said that about JonBenét Karr?
He said that because of how vilified he was in the press.
Vilified in the press? He told people that he killed JonBenét and had sex with her or something.
Yeah, well,
it's disgusting.
And that's weird. John's son and him, they both defended 2 people and said, they for sure didn't do it. So it's what do you know? Or
you would think if I was in those positions like Sean Penn's and Mystic Rivers, I would be howling to the river gods of Irish Boston.
It's my daughter in there.
That's my daughter.
It's my daughter.
I hit Madonna. Listen.
Great movie.
We've all slapped a nun. Metaphorically speaking. I had some behaviors issues. I told you about it, man.
Yeah.
And when a nun's around every corner, it's just a matter of time before you're slapping one of them.
I think it's past tense. You just assaulted an old woman on the sidewalk. But anywho, moving on. JonBenét Karr, not a suspect.
He's not a suspect. None of these guys seems like suspects.
They weren't. Well, they were the suspects, but now they're cleared. So
they all keep getting cleared, but they're all.
Again,
Lou Smitt's list.
Lou Smitt died maintaining that an intruder did it, and his daughters and apparently granddaughters, even though that was a bullshit podcast, they did 3 episodes, are still looking into it.
We have done more episodes than they did. They did 3 episodes. I want everybody to know.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but we are winning.
That's sure.
Listen, we have done more than that.
And so again, that's what it's why it's hard for me to buy into the intruder theory. There's too many holes in the thing. There's the ransom note again. Who's going to write this long ransom note? Why do you take her from a bedroom down to the basement? Why not go out the door?
The only way that the intruder theory could work for any longer is that there's a different intruder we haven't found yet. Because the intruder theory, every time that someone comes in as a potential intruders, they get cleared. There's enough evidence. They're not doing things that seem logical, like you said.
There's so many weird things with the case, and it's like I don't know what could have happened.
This is JMK Bird. Come in. Copy. Who's JMK Bird? Who is he?
John Mark Karr, Bill.
Oh, John Mark Karr.
Did you finish the letter?
Did you just call? What did I say about calling me Bill?
John Santa, sorry.
I'm almost finished with the letter, JMK Bird.
You've been working on it forever.
Well, it takes a lot of time. I'm damn near finished with the first 2 pages. I think I've got another 5 to go.
2 pages?
2 pages? It's a ransom letter.
Santa, that is too much.
It's not a haiku, JMK.
It's ridiculous. Did you get to check out the layout of the house?
Of course I have, JMK Bird. I've seen every story. I've known every nook and cranny. I've been here for 4 hours.
I've been up in this tree for 4 hours.
Well, you chose the tree.
I like it. I'm nimble. Wait, I see the Ramsey's car pulling up. Oh, he's got a Jaguar?
The Ramseys they're pulling up?
They're pulling up. Where are you?
I haven't finished the letter.
That's all right. Just make up some bullshit.
We're gonna. I don't have any time. I'm just gonna take it with me.
Take it with you. We're not putting it out yet anyway.
I'll take it with me. Okay. I gotta hide.
Go to her room. Hide her room.
Oh God, they're in the garage right by the car. Okay. I don't know which one's her room.
It's probably the pink one.
Pink one. They all look pink in the dark. Everything can be pink in the dark. You can't say anything. Oh, wait. I think I found it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I take 17 steps. Yep, this is, okay, all right, okay. I am in JonBenét's bedroom. Oh God, everything's so small when you're a grown man dressed as Santa Claus in a little girl's room. Where am I gonna hide? Everything's so small. Where should I hide?
Just get under the other bed or something, and then just keep quiet. They're in the house now, and let me know what you see.
Copy that. Oh my God, there's so many dirty underwear and dolls. Hey, oh my God. I think I hear footsteps. Be quiet. Oh man. I feel like I can hear my breathing. They're in the room. Who's in the room? JonBenét and her father, John Ramsey. They're in the room with me. Oh, no.
What are they doing?
Well, let me get a better look. It looks like John Ramsey may be reading a story to JonBenét. They may be talking.
He's a really good dance of half tracks.
She also may be completely asleep. Let me get a better look. Oh, and he's gone.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, Santa Claus, now's your chance.
Time to shine.
All right, so, if you could just wrangle her, and then I'm gonna wait outside on the balcony on the ground level. You just gotta wrangle the girl up and bring her out to me.
Copy that. Wrangle up the girl and bring her out back. Oh God, my joints. Oh, this bed's so tiny. All right. She's looking at me.
She awake?
She's awake.
Why are you talking to me? Get her.
Well, what do I do?
Get her. What is happening?
Get up. No, get back here. No. Oh, no, stop. She's biting me.
She bite me. She bite me. The blood. Get it. Incapacitate her. Oh, I'm laying on top of her. I've got her incapacitated. I'm gonna use my body weight as a means to then shroud her in this blanket. And I'm gonna cover her. Shut your mouth. Okay. Santa, bring her outside to me. I'm outside the balcony. Copy that. Come on, JonBenét. You're gonna come with us. No, don't talk.
Oh my God! What did you do to her?
She's wrestling with me.
Okay, well, just pass her down to me.
Okay, I'm trying.
Don't let her squirm.
Is
that blanket? Why is the blanket? She can't see. Okay, here, pass her down.
She's throwing her weight against me.
Pass her down.
Well, okay. I'm gonna hand her over to you. Hey,
no, don't just drop it.
Oh my God!
Saying that.
John Michael Karr, what have you done?
It's JMK Bird, Bill, and I didn't do anything. You let. Oh my God, she just fell right there on the pavement.
Son of a bitch! Oh my God! She.
Okay, well, we cannot take this. This is damaged goods now.
She's not moving. Oh my God, JonBenét!
I know your fat ass can't get over this balcony, so why don't you go back inside? Can you let me in the side door? Can you let me in the side door, Bill?
Wake up, sweetheart.
Bill, I'm down here with her. You're up there, and let me tell you what, she ain't gonna wake up, sweetheart. She's making weird noises. Can you open the side door for me and let me in? Be quiet, moving your fucking fat ass down the stairs, Santa.
What is the magic word?
Santa Claus, please.
That's right.
Go wrestle your fat ass down the stairs and open the door. You dropped our fucking golden goose. Saying now we gotta.
I'll be right back. Oh my God! Don't let just.
I'm gonna try to pick her up. Jesus Christ!
Just move her. Just move her.
She's really top heavy.
Pour some water on her face.
Surprisingly, not bleeding.
I'm gonna stop talking to you. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go do what you asked me to do and open the side door. I'm gonna leave. I have to leave now. Do you need anything while I'm up here?
Get the fucking door.
Okay, I'm sorry. Teddy. No, it's Santa's.
Santa. Santa.
Thank you. Yes.
Where are the stairs? Come on, we gotta go down to the basement. Santa, where's the basement?
I gotta go to the basement with you.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know where the basement's at.
Come on.
Oh, here, let me turn.
Turn that fucking light off, Bill.
No. What did I say about calling me Bill?
It doesn't matter at this point. All right,
the lights. Okay, I'm turning the lights off. You're closer.
You dropped the bitch, so now we've got to get rid of this. All right, take it out of the basement. We're gonna go
right this way. Watch your step. You're walking too fast.
This is. Wow.
There's a lot of stuff.
You've been here before, and you said this was a nice house, and you did not tell me that the basement.
They never take us into the basement. They never take us there.
Damn sure.
Look at them. There's movie posters framed on the walls.
That's interesting.
I wonder what those movies.
I never knew John to be a movie person, so it's weird that he's got 6 movie posters on the wall. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, let's go back to this boiler room because it's got no windows and it's dark, and that's where Patsy stores the presents. But I don't know that.
Yeah.
So let's just put it down here.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, did you have a ransom note to finish? We're just going to put it out and then leave. We got to leave. We got to leave.
I think I finished it. I think it's.
We fucked this up big time, Bill. This did not go how we planned at all.
Well, it's a very complex operation. Maybe we should have taken more time. Constructive criticism, we got to be open to it. We got to be open to the idea that we are growing.
Yeah, well, constructive criticism from ourselves is kind of like, fucking useless when we've already fucked it up.
This little girl, can you replay that duct tape? I don't like seeing her lips.
Gross.
This little girl was just the first step to us being better in the futures of killing little girls.
You wanted to molest her and stuff. I just,
Why am I leaving a ransom note if I'm killing her?
Well, we're doing that now because we were originally going to ransom her, but you fucked it up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God, I did fuck it up.
So hurry up. Let's put it out. Let's just get the fuck out of here, Bill. What do you say?
I'm so sorry. I'm incompetent.
Tell you what. You know what? Denny's is open. You trying to get a Grand Slam, Bill?
I want to go to IHOP and...
All right, well, let's go upstairs, leave the note.
Prostitute.
And, just put all this behind us.
Let's go ahead and leave the country for 10 years.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. We should make this more complicated. I got a paintbrush right here from Patsy's set. Hold on.
What are you doing with that paintbrush?
I'm going to put a little garrote around her neck. Make it seem... I don't know. Just throw it off the case.
A garrote? That's a French term.
I don't know. Let's make it seem like, I don't...
Oh, like she was being choked to death.
Yeah.
I'll put something... That's a great idea.
Perfect. All right, well, let's get out of here and go to Denny's and just put all this behind us. What do you say, Bill?
I say if you have an outfield, you need an angel. I mean, ho, ho, ho.
So
Well,
I guess
I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, that was like, actually, I mean, I don't know. It's not entirely implausible.
It's a lot of work.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, but yeah, I guess not.
It's a lot of work, honestly, to go into a little girl's bedroom, take an ass ass, leave a ransom note.
Yeah, but also it doesn't
accidentally kill her.
It doesn't not make sense. Where it's something, you know.
She had a balcony. Why is no one talking about the balcony? That's what I want to know.
Maybe she was dropped. Well, you know, I got to rethink some things.
We call it the Eric Clap.
I think that was just a window.
10.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You got to wait for the punchline.
Yeah. So, intruder theories. I guess me and Teddy kind of worked out something that...
We made a pretty good intruder theory, I think, Bobby.
That wasn't the intention. We were just kind of trying to be ridiculous with it, but I guess that's not, absent actually being Santa Claus and John Mark Karr.
I think that we answered more questions than a lot of these other intruder theories ask. And so what I have to question is, why does Lou Smitt believe that there's an intruder theory over, I guess, not intruder theory, which would be, I guess, someone in the Ramsey family.
If you want to listen to next week's episode early, check out our Patreon.
Yeah, just go to our Patreon. It's really easy. It's spelled PATREON.
REON.com/JonBenét today. TODET.
TODET.
Yeah.
Spell it right. And you can go there. You can find all kinds of cool little things that Bobby's put on there. And
bonus content. You know. And episodes a week early, you know. So you just go to that patreon.com/JonBenét today. Support us, get episodes a week early, bonus content. And
why would you not go ahead and do that? I don't understand.
You want to find out what's going to happen next
week, If I could do that, I would do that, but I'm the one making it.
Yeah.
So
check us out.
Yeah, check us out.